For decades, researchers believed the story of Britain's recolonization was straightforward. A single group of people arriving, adapting to changing conditions, and slowly evolving their culture as temperatures warmed. The narrative seemed simple and logical, but as it turns out, this story was fundamentally wrong. When scientists finally extracted DNA from Britain's oldest human remains, they discovered something shocking. The first people who recolonized the island after the Ice Age didn't gradually evolve into later populations. They vanished, completely, replaced by an entirely different group that arrived centuries later and left no trace of those who came before. This is the story of how ancient DNA revealed one of the most dramatic population turnovers in human history. To understand what happened, we need to go back 18,000 years. The Last Glacial Maximum is ending. For millennia, the British Isles have been buried beneath ice sheets over a mile thick, an absolutely inhospitable frozen wasteland. But as Earth's axis shifts and the sun's warmth gradually returns, the ice begins its retreat. Massive glaciers recede northward, leaving behind an open frontier. Into this newly exposed territory would come the first people of a new age. Between 26,000 and 19,000 years ago, global temperatures plummeted dramatically. Europe became a frigid wilderness. Ice sheets swallowed Scandinavia entirely and buried all of Britain beneath glaciers. Frozen tundra and windswept steppe dominated the continent. Only a few refugia zones in southern France, northern Spain, and parts of Italy supported small scattered bands of hunter-gatherers clinging to survival. By 18,000 years ago, the glaciers finally began collapsing, and new landscapes emerged from beneath the melting ice. Into this transforming world came the Magdalenians, the final major culture of the Upper Paleolithic period. Flourishing across Europe from approximately 17,000 to 12,000 years ago, they were highly skilled hunters and sophisticated tool makers, creating fine stone blades, carved antler spear points, bone needles, intricately engraved stones, and stunning cave art. The ice had completely retreated from Britain around 16,000 years ago. As the glaciers melted, an enormous landmass surfaced between Britain and continental Europe, Doggerland. Far from a narrow land bridge, it was a vast region encompassing lakes, marshes, woodlands, and rivers, a thriving ecosystem functioning as a natural highway for both migrating animals and human populations moving northward into newly habitable territories. Across this landscape came the first post-glacial settlers of Britain around 15,500 years ago, the Creswellians. These were Britain's local expression of the broader Magdalenian cultural tradition. They carried sophisticated harpoons crafted from reindeer antler and advanced flint blade toolkits demonstrating remarkable craftsmanship. One of the most significant archaeological sites connected to these early settlers is Gough's Cave in Cheddar Gorge, located in Somerset, England. Excavations spanning more than a century have produced an extraordinary collection of tools, animal bones, and most haunting of all, human remains bearing unmistakable signs of ritualistic cannibalism. At least 6 individuals are represented, ranging from a small child approximately 3 years old to several adults. Their skulls were carefully shaped into polished skull cups. Cut marks and bone processing patterns demonstrate these acts were not desperate survival cannibalism driven by starvation, but structured mortuary rituals with specific cultural meanings we can only partially understand today. Another critical site is Kendrick's cave in Wales, which has also yielded significant human remains, though here the archaeological evidence points to careful, deliberate burials accompanied by red ochre pigment and personal ornaments rather than cannibalistic processing. These remains, dated between 15,000 and 13,000 years ago, represent the earliest known post-glacial human population of Britain. For decades, they were little more than bones scattered across limestone caverns. The deeper truth of who these people actually were, where they came from, and what happened to them remained locked inside the degraded cells of their skeletal remains. For years, scientists attempted to recover DNA from these Ice Age individuals. It was a task long considered nearly impossible. Britain's acidic soils destroy bone rapidly, and in Paleolithic remains tens of thousands of years. Old genetic material typically degrades into unrecognizable molecular fragments. Yet, as extraction and sequencing techniques dramatically improved, the possibility shifted from theoretical dream to practical reality. Researchers used high-resolution radiocarbon dating to confirm precise ages of the remains, then carefully drilled into dense anatomical areas like the petrous bone of the skull and inner teeth, extracting microscopic fragments of preserved DNA. Not all remains yielded usable genetic data, but the specimens that did revealed information that fundamentally challenged existing theories. The results were extraordinary. A woman from Gough's cave who lived approximately 14,700 years ago, whose bones bore clear signs of ritual defleshing and processing, belonged not to the later Western hunter-gatherer population, long assumed to dominate early Britain, but to the far older Magdalenian-associated Goyet Q2 lineage. The Goyet Q2 lineage is named after Goyet Cave in Belgium, where some of the earliest known individuals of this genetic branch were discovered. These people lived across Europe between 35,000 and 15,000 years ago, and represent some of the oldest modern human populations on the continent. Her mitochondrial haplogroup, genetic signatures passed down essentially unchanged from mother to child through generations, was U5A. This placed her firmly within this ancient Paleolithic population. U5A is extremely rare in modern populations today, but during the late Upper Paleolithic period, it was common across parts of Western and Central Europe, including Belgium, Germany, and France, perfectly consistent with the known Goyet Q2 geographical range. But the second individual, a male from Kendrick's cave in Wales, dated to approximately 13,500 years ago, told a dramatically different genetic story. His mitochondrial lineage, U5A2, belonged to one of the earliest branches of a maternal line that would come to dominate Europe after the Ice Age, particularly in southern and western regions, including the Italian and Iberian peninsulas. His genome-wide ancestry matched the Villabruna cluster, also scientifically known as Western hunter-gatherers. This population group emerged around 14,000 years ago and represented an entirely new genetic wave entering Europe from southeastern Refugia, mainly northern Italy, the Balkans, and surrounding regions as climate conditions warmed and habitable territory expanded northward. To simplify the genetics, while the Goyet Q2 people, like the woman from Gough's cave, were direct descendants of Europe's earliest Ice Age humans, who survived the glacial maximum in western Refugia, the Villabruna Western hunter-gatherer groups, like the Kendrick's caveman, represented a younger branch of the human family tree, expanding into northern Europe and the British Isles as forests gradually replaced tundra and entire ecosystems. Transformed, Kendrick's caveman belonged to a population that would later give rise to most Mesolithic hunter-gatherers across Europe. His burial, adorned with red ochre and decorated objects, further emphasized a culture profoundly different from the ritual cannibalism practiced by the Magdalenian-derived population found at Gough's cave just centuries earlier. The implications were revolutionary. For the first time, genetic science had produced direct proof that Britain experienced a complete population turnover between 15,000 and 14,000 years ago. The earlier Magdalenian-derived inhabitants left absolutely no later descendants on the island. Their genetic lineage disappeared entirely from Britain. The Western hunter-gatherer lineage arrived within just a few centuries and replaced them completely. As Earth warmed during the Bühling-Allerud period, Britain transformed from open icy steppe into dense temperate forests. The Goyet Q2 people, specialized tundra, hunters adapted to following reindeer herds across open landscapes, lost the environment their entire way of life depended upon. Meanwhile, Western hunter-gatherer groups, who were skilled forest hunters adapted to woodland environments, expanded rapidly through Doggerland and into Britain as new ecosystems opened. These findings directly challenge long-standing archaeological theories that early British populations evolved gradually from a single ancestral founding group. Instead, ancient DNA has revealed a far more dynamic human prehistory, one marked by migration, competition, and replacement of entirely different Ice Age lineages competing for the same newly habitable territory. Most importantly, these discoveries fundamentally rewrite the opening chapter of Britain's human story. They demonstrate that the very first post-glacial people were not the ancestors of those who followed, but rather the final members of a much older lineage whose roots lay deep in the Ice Age and whose presence in Britain proved brief before being entirely replaced by the rise of the Western hunter-gatherers.